guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video we're going to take a look at one of the figures from the Vintage Collection line, and this was from a little bit back in 2021 that we're taking a look at today, from the Clone Wars Season 7 of the show to be exact, and that is one of the fan favourite characters, Ahsoka Tano. Now before we take a proper look at the figure, we'll take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. As you can see, it's got the nice Clone Wars card back of Ahsoka in action on Mandalore during the final arc of the Clone Wars series. This of course takes place parallel to Revenge of the Sith, where Ahsoka, Rex, Bo-Katan, and multiple other Mandalorians head back to Mandalore to liberate the place from Maul and basically a lot of his Death Watch sort of thing that he's got going. Well, it's not really Death Watch that he's got, but basically he's got his own forces that have held up Mandalore, and it's their aim to take the place back from him. And then of course Ahsoka does fly out with Maul, and Order 66 is issued. So yeah, but we do get the figures on the back there, which are listed in the line. A lot of good characters in there, some of which I do have as well, and can give you a look at in some future videos, that including the Echo figure there, Ahsoka we got there, and Maul, who are included on the back there. They're more likely going to be figures I'm going to give you a look at very soon in the collection. But I do really love that card back artwork. It is definitely one of the best. I like how Hasbro just went out and did that rather than doing a live action interpretation of the scene. It always works out for the best when they do that with the card backs. That's definitely another nice artwork for the Vintage Collection card backs. Now we'll start taking a look at the figure herself. Of course, this is based off the final arc of the Clone Wars, where of course Ahsoka's lightsabers are now blue, as opposed to earlier parts of the series when they were green. So these came in, Anakin gives these back to Ahsoka right before she leaves for Mandalore, and he leaves to fight the Battle of Coruscant. So she has these and fights Darth Maul with them, and then later uses them to defend herself against the other troopers of the 501st that were on the ship with them, with her and Rex, and later on to help with Rex and R7 and that as well. And so they really do suit the character well. They've got the nice designs that they've had to match with the character in there. Same designs as before from what we knew the green ones for, because there was of course a Vintage Collection Ahsoka that was released with green lightsabers, so this is sort of the new updated version with the blue one. Unfortunately, unlike the green lightsabers one from season 3 to 5, these don't come with unlit lightsaber hilts, which is a shame, because I think that would have been nice to really have them as well. Of course, they are easily removable from the hands, so there's the smaller one, which is there. Just let that camera focus on that. It's not seeming to want to, but it's there. Spaced out there, nicely sculpted. And of course the other one, which is based around the earlier scenes of the film, which I can just get the camera to do that with. There we go. So that's based on earlier scenes from the series and the film as well, and even the rest of the Clone Wars too. So it really is a good inclusion to have both these lightsabers, and Ahsoka can be very poseable for the action scenes. You can have her posing with one or with both of them. It's really up to you how you want to do this, and I'll just give you a quick look at that facial sculpt. It really does capture the likeness of Ahsoka for a sort of live action look. Of course, since the Clone Wars, Ahsoka has indeed been portrayed in live action by Rosario Dawson in both The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett. In a great episode, I might add. That was a Book of Boba Fett. I really loved that episode when you saw Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker together. Sorry if you haven't seen that yet, but that's what we see from it. I'll just put the other lightsaber back in her hands. But looking down the rest of the sculpting for this, all the different armour parts that she wears for Mandalore. Of course, prior to this, she was in that earlier story arc in which she's just sort of wearing a jumpsuit while she's living on Coruscant. But all the different parts there she has sculpted onto her, even her skirt down there, the armour parts, and the part around her head there. Everything she just sort of wears in those moments of the film when she strikes back, and all the paint application just really suits out well. It is probably one of the best Ahsoka Tano figures in the 3 3/4 inch line that I own. There's of course one more due at the minute, that being from the live action interpretation. There is of course a retro version as well, but if I ever get that, I'm likely keeping that one carded. But this is a good one for Clone Wars era to have there. The Leku's really well painted. It shows she's matured. She's only about 17 at this point in the timeline. So that's all there. All the different the boots there. Everything is really well sculpted. Like for a Vintage Collection figure, this is one that Hasbro just went all out with and really gave us something we really wanted with. And it goes really well if you display it next to the Darth Maul figure, or even dueling with the Darth Maul figure. they just work well. It's like one of the best combinations you have of action figures in the line. I didn't unfortunately miss this in the Black Series line, so I've just got to hope that they reissue it, or they do have more stock that's just been made to get ready to sort of catch up with. But if I do ever get my hands on the Clone Wars version of this in the Black Series, that'll definitely go well on my shelves also. I do have the Ahsoka from Rebels in the Black Series, just not this one. I'll give a run down the articulation. You get a ball jointed head, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, swivel thighs, ball hinged knees, and a ball joint rocker at the ankle. So you can get Ahsoka into some fantastic poses, as I've said before. There's some of these series ones that she did for promo shots. There was the one that you had on the card back, definitely like her at the front, with one lightsaber out the front, as I was doing there at the first, and then one out to the side, just sort of ready for action right there. I mean, sometimes it does need aid from a stand. Like on the shelf, this one does have a stand, just for the pose that I've been wanting her in when I've stood her up there. So that is unfortunately the way I've had to go about it there. But it does help the figure look great on the shelf with the rest of my Clone Wars figures, because I do have her sort of at the front of the shelf with Anakin, Obi-Wan and the others, and Rex and the like, so it does stick out well. This is one of my favourite Clone Wars Vintage Collection figures that we have out there, and it really goes to show that it is. I really like this Ahsoka figure, and it is honestly one of my favourites there. It has, however, been a harder one to get hold of more recently. I know a friend of mine has been trying to get it more recently than I have, and he struggled to get it. He got the Darth Maul, but then he struggled to get his hands on this one. I picked this one up from Smith's Toys back when it was new, as a result of I sort of saw SithLord229 on Instagram just say, I've been to Smith's Toys, got these, and then immediately I was on my bike down to Smith's to get it for myself, and I got that with Maul and Echo, so they'll definitely be shown in future videos. I do hope you enjoyed looking at Ahsoka. I will leave the link to Star Action figures down below, so you can have a look to see if the figure is available, but I can't guarantee you'll be able to get it, so but it will be down there, so you can have a look and get it if it ever does come in stock. Put yourself on the notify me list and just have to see what happens. And I shall see you in the next video.